Yeah, so yeah. Just look, I'm a spring chicken here. I'm just pushing 77, so I ain't there yet.
Oh well, you're younger than me then.
Yeah, well, now don't let that stop you.
No way. Here I
Well,
am taking your class.
Look, we got some more people. We got Carol's here and Kimberly. Hello.
hello. And I'm a member of the white-haired blood gang too.
It's a good club.
Absolutely. And of the three, I don't know about Kimberly, but of the three, I'm the baby because I only hit 75 this coming October.
Well, that's great. So I'll just be a couple of years older than you because I turned 77 in August. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
But I'm still feeling spry and wonderful. I got lovely grandkids who live locally, and they're 8 and 9 years old, and they're
Oh boy.
over here all the time. We pick them up from school, and so the parents can work. And there's nothing like a young energy in your lives to.
It's
Oh, we
true.
got tree
That's
house plans, and we just built some stepstones out of concrete with their names in them for Father's Day for their dad, and
oh, how
stuff like that.
fun.
Yeah. So the whole idea is to my kids grew up without grandparents. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. Sometimes the generations
Uh-huh.
kind of skip. So I'm sort of bound and determined to be a living, active, teaching, supportive entity in their lives. And so far, it's just been great.
Fabulous.
My son and daughter-in-law are raising them right because they still appreciate me. They come over here at least 2, 3 times a week for a couple, 2, 3 hours. And I always have projects planned and making sure the stuff that they want to do. They've got a tree house out back, and this year we're going to put a second story on it.
Ah,
Oh,
Yeah, the first child uh, loves the color red, and the second one likes blue. So I painted the first floor blue. So I told him, well, the next floor that goes up, it'll have to be red. So I have a two-story
yeah.
color coded tree house for them to go. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I promise I will take this session slowly. It's a great song. When it was first introduced to the American public by the Kingston Trio, who made it popular back in the 50s or late early 60s. You know, they certainly played it in that folk song, well, the early Americana style. And I'm not going to talk too much about it. I want to make sure that I don't start the class ahead of time. But I do promise you
darn.
that we're going to do that. And then I'm also going to take a little trip down island. I guess, you know, I sort of made a mistake when I wrote about the class because I was so interested in the idea of taking back a traditional folk song and folding it back into the our traditional repertoire. I forgot to mention that what this really is a gateway to uh, the offbeat to the Latin rhythm. People go think about Latin rhythm as complicated. It's actually nothing more than simply playing on the 3/4 beat instead of the 1/3 beat. And it's just like, and my best analogy for that is like jump rope. Remember, so you got the double Dutch.
yeah.
So the single one is like that's easy. We're all playing on that one beat. That's we still live in the country now. But when you get the double Dutch, it's da da
Mhm.
dee
Oh,
da da da. Your feet have to do something else in order to get around. Now, mind you, I haven't jumped rope and certainly not double Dutch for a good many lifetimes, it seems. But I've always the analogy always struck me that there are simple ways to envision what otherwise would seem as a complicated thing, like Latin rhythms, this, and like no, it's just you start at a different time. It's like what I taught English for a while, and so I say so. my other analogy is just the word is pronounced on a different syllable.
Gotcha.
You've got the emphasis on a different syllable.
Yeah, the emphasis is just in a slightly different place. And so I'm going to teach you today just the techniques about, what's happening when you're getting ready to jump in. You jump in, da-da-dum, something like that. And all of a sudden, you're on the offbeat of the song. And then so many people are really wired, and you come to these Dulcimer jams, and everybody's playing, in that 4/4 time, and sometimes you walk into a jam room, and there's maybe 50 dulcimers and 13 hammered dulcimers. And all you can hear is dingly, 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 dingly. It's like, wow, okay, it's one thing to play that way. And so when I walk into those jams, I just wait till I can feel where the songs are going, and then I play on the offbeat, because the offbeat, there's nobody there. It's like you're standing in a crowd, and everybody's walking this way, and you're looking this way. It's we'll talk about all that. So we got some more people coming in, and we just have Dawn is here from Winfield, Kansas. I played Winfield with Karen Mueller at one point. We were talking earlier about hot. I can't do hot anymore, so sorry, Winfield. Unless you have a winter festival, I'm not sure I'm going to be showing up anytime soon down there. Okay, well, here we are, 9:44, and the other people are starting to pop right in. So I'm going to let a few more show up here and begin the class right on time. So as you come in, I'm going to go ahead and...
Oh, dear.
Okay, here we go.
Water on the floor. I just stepped on it with my ankle. Will you grab there's a cloth on the floor.
These are dirty.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody now, and I will unmute you from time to time so we can get a chance to talk a bit through all of this. Mute all. Okay, here we go. So I came prepared for this class, which is called the Sloop John B, which is a traditional Bahamian folk tune, and was actually collected by Carl Sandburg in the notes that I showed you, and so in the 1930s, and then made popular by a number of groups. The most key of those probably being the Kingston Trio during that sort of neo-folk revival, the late 50s, early 60s, where you had the Limelighters, the Kingston Trio, the Brothers Four, obscure groups like the Crew Cuts, anyway, and later on Peter, Paul, and Mary, and so and early Joan Baez was a part of this group of people. So I've got my my Caribbean outfit on. I'm going to take the hat off, but so the dulcimer, we're going to be tuned just to an open D. Okay, so we're going to be tuning a D, A, D. And if those of you that went to the web and watched the two versions I did with Butch Ross and Guy and Bing Fudge, there's all kinds of crazy ways you can take this song, and so we'll maybe get to crazy later. But my main purpose, and I should have put this in the class notes, my main purpose is to introduce everyone to, you can call it Latin rhythms, but more correctly, it's called what I call the offbeat. Instead of playing like this, we're doing da ba da ba da ba, and it just opens up a world of possibilities. For those of you that are, well, we're all learning here, but it's interesting because I was playing it just ahead of time before you all came on, and realized that I'm playing the song almost entirely with downstrokes. Cha, 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 cha. So that's going to make it easier. Forget this strum stuff. It's not just cha, 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 because we want that little offbeat, you know, poppy sound coming through. And so the song, you know, is a pretty simple construct. Let me look at it here right now. We're going to start off with a G, standard G, a C, a G, blah, 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 everything. The only thing that's really kind of different about it is when I come to the final G's, I do a full bar, you know, so we call that a 3-3-3 instead of a 3-3-5 or something like that. Only because it gives gives it a nice finish, a finale, a ta-da kind of piece to the song. And then you'll also notice in places where I'm going to refer to the notes here again, call for the captain ashore, let me go home. And that I wrote that out in that way because it really wants to be staccato. And that's why that downbeat where you're going, let me go home, ba, 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 ba. There's just no way to do it without hitting every one of those things. So you kind of have to move fast. That's the only time you have to move fast, or, which has been a mainstay of my musical life, or leave it out. The melody does it anyway. So you go, I wanna go home. You can just jump it. I want to go home. So you have different pathways of getting there. You can play the bare bones of the song and just be there, or you can add these little embellishments that I've talked about. There's a couple other places. I'm going to refer to them as we go to here. So in the chorus, you know, where it says, let me go home, when you see it written as 0011223333, I use that as a break, and it's a let me go home, ba 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 ba. They're all barred, ba 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 ba. But I can also just do it just on the bass string, ba 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 ba. Real easy, just open 1, 2, close the 3-3-3. Let's just do that a little bit. So when it comes around, we're going to be ready for it. I mean, we probably know how this song goes in our head, so we get to that in a second. But open, just the one note, just the two notes, and then cover all three. And when you bounce your way through it, let me go home, let me go home. Do it slow. Let me go home. Okay, so Sloop John B, also known as John B. Sales, which was then as a copyrighted tune, but if you're going to play it and teach it, and I wanted, very seldom, I have to say this, I'm going to take a short bird walk here, is that I very seldom just teach a song, okay, and so to me, the song represents a style. It's not just a tune you learn because you want to learn the song. Anybody can these days get on the internet and watch 57 performers doing different versions of something. But it's how we adapt it to the dulcimer. So let me go through it real slowly, and you're going to see that this tune is fungible. That means that, let's see, which way did I write it here? I didn't write it. Ha ha ha. So you have your choice. So you can play it on this side or this side. Listen to the difference. Da 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 bum bum. Da 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 bum bum bum. Now the other side. Da 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 dee dee da dum. Da 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 dee dee dum. So we're going to start with that initial thing. We'll start with well, whichever you can. You only hear in yourself. You can be 5-3-3, or you can be 3-3-5. And so depending on how you're playing and what might be easier for you, either one is going to work for how we play the song. So I'll start on the 3-3-5 side. And we're gonna go da 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 da. And then we're just going to touch the C, and then back to the G. So in Caribbean music, the that seventh tone is very important. You know that at your seventh tone or your second tone, because it's the suspense. Da da da. What's gonna happen next? You can hold it for a long time. What's gonna happen next is this. So you'll see when we go through this how that seventh or second tone sets that stage for how you jump into a tune. So here we go. We're gonna go with the I'm doing 3-3-5. So da 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 ba ba. G G G C G again. G G G C G. One more time. Again. Third time. Now we're going to slide up. And then walk our way down. So we're up there. We came from that C. We came from the C. We just slide up to that D. Then we just walk those chords down. We're at that D. Slide back to a C, to the G, to the D. Okay, when you put it together, we're going to do it with a chop, chop, chop. That's that staccato jump, dun 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 dun. That gives it that Carib feel. We'll try it again. Now we're just chopping. You can play it. My grandfather and me. You can strum it if you want, you know. But for now, for the purposes, if you can just try just getting that just the striking it down, starting with the G. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Ba, 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 bum. Okay, now the tricky one. Do, 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 do. Remember, you can do it either one. And then we go up back to that C. And then we walk down the same way we did before. Very simple. Here we go. Take it again from the top. G, 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 C, G. Walk down. C. Now you'll notice that maybe you notice something else happened. You might not know what it was, but it's like this. So when I'm making a transition, I'm going to go from a G to a C. I got all that extra space, so I'm going to fill it in. Try that. You're covering on your G chord in whichever way you're holding it, with your thumbs or fingers, or barring it or across. And so I use bar here. I'll just one more time. And the important part of that is because you want space in your song. You don't want the whole song, filled up. You want the idea of this Caribbean type style is that there's spaces between the notes. So let's take that first stanza again. We're going ba dum ba bum 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 ba 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 bum 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 ba 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 Walk it on up and walk it on up to the G and the C, D and the G. One more time. We got ba 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 ba. Okay, and for those of you that are slightly ahead of where the rest of us are, there's all these little grace notes. So listen to this. I got. So there's always that, in that extra space, a chance to just throw in these little grace note rum, ba ba doo ba doo, ba ba doo ba dee. So from the top, slow again. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Staccato. Pick it up. Boom, 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 boom. And then walk it to the C. And then back down to the G, the D, and the G modal. Call that G modal because this is the G, but the 3-3-3 is the G modal. So here we go. One more time. 1, 2, ready. Playing the bare bones. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Da do do do. Da be do. Da do. Da do bum. Now we'll fill it in. Okay, so I'm going to show you one thing for those of you that are ready to move on, just since the rest of us can't hear you moving on. There is room for strumming, and I do it in what's called basically a double time. And so I'm gonna have this the basic thing going forward, but I'm gonna have and that's nothing more than these little fast strums, and it goes something like this. And we're gonna play the same way. You can play just the way we've been playing it, and listen for these other parts. So. One more time. So now let's take a look let's take a look. Let me just I'm gonna unmute, and we're gonna listen to see invite, mute all. Click on the mute all, and then okay, you should be unmuted now. Is there anybody that had troubles, questions, or consternations, or accomplishments that they want to share with the first part of this? Okay, so we're getting it. We're all on the same page. Okay, so I think I'll hit that mute button again. Somebody say something so I know that I'm actually doing the technology right.
Well, you haven't unmuted us yet, according to our little pictures.
Say again, please.
Our little pictures have we're not unmuted. I unmuted myself, but everybody else is still muted. So whatever you did, it didn't erase the little
Oh,
mute.
okay, good, because you can come in and mute yourself, and I'm just I think Mark Wade jumped in on one of my classes yesterday. He says, "Oh, here the mute button's over there," and I said, "Oh, there it is." I kept trying to go up to the menu and search through it and interrupt the class, but okay, so we'll go back and mute. Here we go. So what we just played was so now we're going to go to the chorus part. So I was actually teaching you the verse. I mean the chorus. Now we're going to do the verse. We got G G G G C G G G G G G C G G G G G G C G G G G D. Ba bum bum bum. Bum ba bum ba bum ba bum. Bum ba yap. Bum ba yap. Bum ba bum. Now the chorus. We sailed on the sloop John B. My grandfather and me. Down at some town we did roam, drinking all night. Got into a fight. Oh, I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. Try it again. I'll bring this over here a little. I can actually follow what it is that I'm doing. I'm asking you guys to do. Okay, here we go. Oh, that doesn't work for me. So I'll try it. I'll be looking off to the side, but here we go. Here we got, so here we got G. G, 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 C, G, just like the other thing. G, 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 C, G. Keep holding that G until we drop down to a D. Back to the G. And then the D. And then the C. And the G. And the D. And the G. I'll sing it along. Well, we come on the sloop John B. My grandfather and me. Down Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night. Got into a fight. Oh, I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sail. See how the mainsail set. Call for the captain ashore. Let me go home. I wanna go home. Just let me go home. You know this is the worst trip that I've ever been on. So, the keys, everything is very simple. And there's you hold it in front of you and so on. But what I like about the tune is it's fungible. I had a series of gigs where I was actually playing. It sounds kind of fun, but it was really fun at Club Meds down in Mexico. And so it was really nice because my wife and I got to come. My wife got to come as a +1, and you book in for 2 weeks, and and they worked me to death. They worked me to death. I had to play 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day, the sunset. So I had to play the sunset on the patio while everybody else is there having their drinks and so on. And obviously, this is not the worst trip they've ever been on. and and the thing about situations like Club Med, as opposed to an American coffee house, is the people are from all over the world, and some may speak the language and some may not speak the language, but they all speak the tune, you know. And so the ones that do speak the language, I just changed. This is the worst trip I've ever been on to this is the best trip I've ever been on, and it's so easy just to, you know, look about you. Oh, the palm trees, they are swaying. I hope you hear what I'm saying. I'm making this up. Here on the patio, having a drink ain't so bad. I'm really glad. Best trip I've ever been on. Whatever. So there's the opportunity to take the plunge into sort of extemporaneous songwriting is there because you're not having to spend a whole lot of time focusing on the tune itself. So we're going to take it from the top. Let's see if I can actually sing the thing all the way through. I want to put this where I can actually see the words instead of, okay, there we go. So, and we're going to come up with those. We'll start with that G, and I'll sing it slowly, and I think I'll tilt this down. You won't see my head, but at least you'll be able to see the rest of this stuff here. My knobby knees. We came on the sloop John B, my grandfather and me, round Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night, got into a fight. Oh, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. Oh, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. Well, the first mate, he got drunk, broke into the captain's trunk. The constable had to come and take him away. Sheriff John Stone, why don't you leave me alone? Oh yeah, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sails, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. Oh, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. Well, the poor cook, he got drunk, he had the fits. Oh, the poor cook got the fits, and he threw away all of my grits that he took from my corn. I can't even do it. Just a little bit too far away from me. Say, but I don't want. Yeah, sing the song, learn the song. You want to sing the song, but it's one of those things where you're gonna know. It's kind of like the Star Spangled Banner. You're gonna know the second or third verse, and nobody else will anyway. You know. So, but they're all gonna know that chorus. They're all gonna know Sloop John B. Now I'm up here in a town where people sail. Lots of people sail, and the sailors they love it because to hoist up the mainsail and to see how it sets. You know, that's almost a common phrase up here as would you like to go grab a cup of coffee? So now I'm going to take it to a slightly different place here. I'm going to speed it up. I'm not going to pay attention to the the words, because frankly, I seldom ever sing the words except the chorus. You know, only because yeah, it tells a story. I got drunk, got in a fight. He wants to go home. That's okay to me. But it's the expressive way that you can bring that right hand in a song that is essentially slow, and yet you can bring that right hand in to make it expressive. So. Okay, I'm going to show you a strum now, and this strum is, it's kind of like, I guess I'd call it a gallop. It's dumpriata, bumpriata, bumpriata. Say it, that gives yourself an out, dumpriata. So you got down, down, up, down, up, down, down. You got that down beat, bumpriata, bumpriata. Sounds like this. It's the pause and the pickup. Stroke, da-da-da. So you got down, then down, up, down. There you go. Just a little galloping thing. So. Again. Play it through and let you copy. I'm going to vary it with the downstroke. The downstroke goes. One more time. Downstroke first. Now the gallop. Papriata, papriata, papriata. I saw, I can't remember his name, but he was a ukulele player, and he played the last night of the Thursday, and he was showing you all these fancy fingers, things you can do. The same thing can be accomplished with the pick. It's just a papriata, papriata. You just have to think your way through it. And notice that this is this catch up. And this is going to work for things like, you'll love it. You got like Yellow Bird, you'll love it. Yellow bird, high in banana tree. So all these things that sort of been kicking around in your limbic core memory for a long time now. These are all available, and they're just that. And what makes them work is just these little nuances of the offbeat, and being able to make it leave the space. So let's leave that space again. We've got da da dee da da bum bum. We wait and da 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 dee dee. We wait and da da doo 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 bum bum double bum bum priata bum bum priata bum bum priata diddle da diddle da diddle da. Okay, one more time. Open it for questions, then I'm going to take it in a slightly direction, because like I say, I very seldom teach songs. I think you can teach yourself this song now. The most important thing is that you pay attention to what you can do with the right hand in terms of simply not playing. And this is one of my favorite analogies. I gave the jump rope analogy earlier about how you get into a song like this. First of all, the single thing, you wait like this, then you hop in, and then you're jumping. But if you're in double Dutch, when you jump in, it's so there's this visceral moment that where your feet have to be off beat. So you are literally those jump ropes are coming around on the 1 and 3 beat. You must be on the 2 and 4 beat in order to not lose your place and be at the end of the line. Not that the girls let me do that much anyway, but I got a chance to get in once in a while. So second analogy is the volleyball. Got a lot of playground analogies here. Somebody hits the volleyball, goes around. Some players hit it again, bam, goes around again, bam, goes around again, bam, goes around again. It's going to go around anyway. You don't have to hit it every time. Let it decay. Boom, boom, boom. You come into every now and again, when it needs it to push themselves through. So here we go. One last time on this, and I'm going to open up the questions, and I'm going to take us in a slightly different direction. Da ba 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 bum bum bum. Ba 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 dum bum bum. Ba 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 da bum bum. Ba 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 bum. Ba do dee bum ba dee da dee dee da da dee dee da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. And in the captain's trunk, the captain came passing away. Da 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 da. Bum 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 double. Ba dee da 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 bum. Dee da 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 da. Now let's flat pick it. I'm going to talk about that flat picking sequence. I use one and one only, and it sounds like I'm doing all kinds of different things, and I'm not. And I teach this master class called Everything I ever learned about Dulcimer, so fits on 2 pages. And this is one of them. And originally I called it the arpeggio picking, because all you're doing with an arpeggio is you single out the elements of the chord. Somebody said, well, what you're really doing is a copy of the banjo roll. So I call it the Dulcimer roll, and it's got a pattern, and the simple pattern is 1 picks away from you, 3 picks towards you, 1 picks away from you, 2 picks towards you, 1 away, 3 towards you, 1 away, 2 towards you. Bum, 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 bum. So it sounds like this when you're working. Now it sounds like I'm doing fancy stuff with that right hand, and I am not. I am only doing 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, over and over and over again. It's the other hand that makes it sound like I'm picking out fancy notes. So the reason I wanted to throw that in is because as you take simple songs like this and you got the staccato beat to it, you got that cut time, cha-cha-cha-cha, you got that delayed pickup, ba-ba-ba-bum, you know, and you have the opportunity to double time it, and then you also have the possibility of just adding in an embellishment where you're doing that the flat pick sequence. I'll put them together for you just a little bit, and then open it up to mics, and then we're going to move to something else here. So. Nice. Anyway, I could belabor that for a long time because it's not the something. I'm unmuting. So it's not something I can simply say. Now you got to learn this. I'm trying to show you the possibilities where, as you step into the Carib sound or the Latin rhythm, or what's more correctly called simply the offbeat, and in the offbeat, there is a world of possibilities for you in the playing, and the sloop, the John B. Sails, rather, the John B. Sails will be your intro to that, and you might take on other tunes, and you know, it's even if you're doing something like I once did this at a festival, and I said, you've got to promise you don't tell the promoters that I taught you to play Boil and Cabbage Down, you know, but you got something that's really in your brain, and you got it's been a while since I played. You know that one. Just take it on the offbeat. Just take it to the other side, okay? And so yeah, Sleep John, you may have to think about it, and when you play it, it's a great song to share in a song circle. But I guarantee you'll raise eyebrows when you say, let's play Boil and Cabbage Down in the Caribbean style. So I would show it like this, like ba-do-duh. That's it. It's that double thing. When you jump in, it's okay. You're coming in, and just keep that. You can't see my feet, but you know what your feet are supposed to be doing. You're not just hopping. If you're hopping just one every time the rope comes around like that, you know you're not doing that. You know that and whether you've ever done double notch, not you've probably see people do the double notch. Is that you have to be, your feet have to always be there, ready to do it, to do, to do. You know, so you're working on all these things before you jump. Then you jump. So here we go with this one. See how I came into it? Ba-da-doom, 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 ba-da-bum-bum-bum. For them cabbage down boys, ba-da-ba-dee-ba-da round. Ba-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-da-bum, bo-do-do-dee-dee, ba-ba-ba-dee-dee-doo-dum. Well, in my nice Caribbean town, we also boil them cabbage down, but to this very most excellent dish, we also add a little fish. We bobble-biddy, bobble-doo-dee, bobble-doo-biddy-biddy, bobble-dum-bum, bobble-doo-biddy, bobble-bobble-dum-ba, bobble-doo-biddy-biddy. Let's slow it down. Ba-doo-dee-dee. Ba-do-do-dee, ba-do-do-bum-bum-bum-bum, ba-ba-ba-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-da-do-dum-bum, ba-ba-ba-dee-dee-dum-bum. Yes, we boil them cabbage, them boys, we boil them cabbage all around, boys. Do this most excellent dish. We also add a little fish. Last time. Okay, let's see. I'm going to check on our time, make sure where we're at here. Okay, so, wow. Well, we got through that pretty quickly. All right, so opening it up to questions, I think. I'll push that button, and now everybody can talk. So, is this being helpful? Because if so, I want to take you one more place in the Caribbean. And this one's going to be tricky. So this one will actually, no, the song is real simple. And you'll find it on my website and under the name Paradise Boy. And it's kind of like the Joni Mitchell song about pave paradise and put up a parking lot, except it's from the islanders' point of view. Like, why do you bring in this development down here? You know, we don't want that. So forget the politics of it, because the politics of it went back 30, 40, almost 50 years. And I'm not here to sing political protest songs, but I am looking at in my history and progress as a singer and songwriter and player. I certainly did things like go to the Caribbean, experience these things, sit in with reggae groups, and didn't learn this stuff academically, but learned it, standing there under the tropical sun. Actually, not the sun, in the tropical moon, because people stayed in shelter during the day and came out to drink and carouse at night. And so anyway, sitting in with reggae groups and learning this, and but to show you a little bit of what is the introduction to the calypso and a slight bit of reggae, there's just a simple chord change that you can make. And I talked earlier in the session about the seventh tone, and the seventh tone is da 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 da. What's gonna happen? We don't know. But in Latin music, you can hang on to this note for a very long time while you're waiting for the next thing to happen. And when it finally happens, it's over. And you'll see this happens in this tune in particular. So here we go. It's called Paradise Boy. And what I'm going to ask you to do is that we're going to take this. We're going to take a 4-3-2. Okay. We're on 4-3-2, and here's the trick. All you have to do to take that boat down island is keep the forefinger on that bass string and reverse the position of the other two. But that's right. So I'm going to call it out. That's 4, 2, 3. That is an A7. Ta-da! If you were in D and you went to it, ha-da-da, ba-da-doo-dee-dee-da-da, ba-ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, and if you do the same thing, we're going to take that figure right there and we're going to slide down. So now we're at a 3, 1, 0. It's unresolved. It's a leading tone. It's asking for what's going to happen. The next thing going to happen is 2, 0, 0. So let me take that Latin lilt. Now we're gonna take this thing, and the most important thing is to learn how to make those fingers do this. Oh no, what's he doing? Why is he doing that? You know, it sounds like this. Remember that da ba da da, da ba da da. The double Dutch. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna fall into the song. Da ba da. D. Reverse it. Reverse it. Reverse it. We got now here's the hard one. The hard one is we're going to go from this part, that weird A7th I told you about, and we're going to slide down to this one. It's not that hard. These guys are here. All that happens is when we're sliding down, the middle finger comes off the string. So you're really right there in the place where you want to be. You're reversed. That was your D. There's your A7th. And as you slide down, that finger comes up. And then when you get ready to close, the last thing is this. And you're closed out. And now you're on the closed out G there. So here we go. Oh, the island she lies in the sun. Life would be good for everyone. We greet the morning with a song and be in love all day long. I made a mistake. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not here to here. It's here to. Your other A7th is actually 3-0-1. My apologies. 3-0-1. You can hear it now. Na 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 na. Da 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 da. La da da da. It's the leading tone to G. La da da da. La da da da. That's a 3-0-1. That's a 3-0-1 to a 2-0-0. So we got 2, 3, 4. 2. 4, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2. 4, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 4, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2. 3, 1. And 2. We got bum ba dee dee da 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 do. da da do do da da do da da do do da do do, and slide down, and then you finish. So we got this chord, goes through this chord, which goes to back to the D, which slides down to the 301, which comes back to the 2, 3, 4, back to this one, slides back down and waits for a very long time until you want to end the verse with this. Now let's put it in context. I'll do it slow again so you get that feeling, because this is a awkward move that a lot of people, and I'm not quite sure, you guys with your thumbs and how you're actually getting it, and I would love to see that up close, but since I never played with my thumb, I truly don't think about it, and I realize that it's like there's many ways to get to melody, and whatever you're using to get there, it just works just fine. So we'll back time call the numbers. So we got 4, 3, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, back to 4, 3, 2, down to 301, back to 4, 3, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 301, and 2. Again, 4, 3, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 301, 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 301, 2. I will put that Latin beat on it. Bum, dee da da, ba da da, da da dee da 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 da, ba ba da, bum, dee da da, dee da da da, da da da, ba ba da bum bum bum, ba da dee, ba da 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 da, ba ba do da dee da 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 dee, ba ba ba. Oh, the island, she lies in the sun. Life would be good for everyone. You greet the morning with a song. Be in love all day long. And you harmonize, harmonize. The sun be up, say it's time to rise. Harmonize, harmonize. Living in my island paradise. Think about bum ba da da dee dee dum ba da 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 ba ba da bum ba da dee da ba dum ba ba da ba ba ra ba da ro ra. Don't be afraid to slide, because that brap brap, just you're coming from the bottom and you're just opening up the song, just opening it up. Okay, so you got bum ba da dum ba da dum ba da bum ba da ba da da ba dee ba da doo dee. There's my flat pick. Ba 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 ba. One last time. Yes, the island, she lies in the sun. Life would be good for everyone. You greet the morning with the song. Be in love all day long. And you harmonize, harmonize. You know the sun be up, say it's time to rise. Harmonize, harmonize. Living in my island. I'm going to live there for a long time. There's no sense in being out of this. We're just living on that island. Paradise. Anyway, so there's verses and stuff, but it's a song. It's maybe in some sense a dated song, but hey, that's what living a long life is all about. You go through things and they form you, and then you move on. The tune is fun tune. It opens the doors to other things. And if I have any time, I do. I got 3 minutes left, so here's my 3 minutes. I'm going to teach you the rudiments of samba. It's so easy. There's only 4 notes, so anybody can do it. But once again, you need that jump it in like that, and all samba is. And then you'll see this on my website again under a tune called Salvador. Do, Bahia, Bahia, Salvador do Bahia. And Salvador Bahia goes from the 4 to the 8, to the 7, 4, 7, 3, 6, 4, 7, 3, 6, 4, 7, 3, 6. That's it. That's what's called a vamp. And you get this vamp going. In a samba band, maybe you got 20, 30, 40 people, and some people are going on a break drum, and some people have castanets. Someone have the big bass drum going boom, 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 and whistles. And so the whole point is that everybody's got a small part, but it all comes together because you're working around a vamp. And this is the vamp. Remember when we jump in on that off beat. While the rest of you are doing that, the lead guy comes bouncing. Just that one beat. It's been fun being here with you in our little Latin session. You thought you were gonna learn an old American folk blues. They got all this other weird stuff. But you knew the life was dangerous when you signed up for a class with me. So, a little bit of samba, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Don't forget that jump rope, double Dutch analogy. Don't hit the beat every time with that tetherball. Let it go once in a while, let it die, let it decay, and then hit it. And maybe hit it twice. Bap. Okay, so all these little things are the I call it in workshops when I was traveling years ago, I call it offbeat, but on time, because that time, the pulse of music is always there. You have to work with the pulse. It's how you accent the pulse that gives you the rhythm. So, thank you. I'll unmute. Here we go. Let's see. So, we're all here, and we've had our 1 hour of time together, and I hope you manage to take away not only a wonderful folk tune that will be a sure great thing to share at festivals and in play parties, and at the other hand, you know a little bit of a history of it, and also how it's a gateway to just hearing the other beat. Okay, have a great fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We had a big time.
Okay.
I learned a lot.
I know you'll be clicking down the street now.
I am.
Feathers in your hair, you know.
I love it.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
You be safe.
Okay.